Well, AFG, Adventure, Friendship, Growth, there's so many aspects to it. It could be described in so many ways, and I would like to attempt some of those ways here. But one essential aspect, or one stab at explaining the essence of AFG is what can I do right now to enhance my experience and the experience of the people I'm with? The answer to that question, the ongoing, unfolding river of possible answers, is AFG. What can I do to enhance my experience and the experience of the people I'm with right now? Different aspects of how AFG looks in practice. People show up at river put-ins, frankly, afraid on many levels. When they signed up for it, they were thinking about just this pure joy of being out there. When they actually show up at a river put-in, they see the real river and the real waves and real rapids, and they're thinking, oh, wait a minute. A lot of different feelings can happen. And so they're afraid basically on many levels. There's physical fear. Am I going to be hurt? Am I going to die? There's social fear. Am I going to be accepted or rejected by these people? And deepest of all, and most powerful of all, are fears that have to do with issues of self-esteem. Can I do this? And even deeper, am I okay? These are part of the human condition, all these fears. And the experience of showing up for, especially for newcomers, but for really old timers too, showing up at a river put-in, especially if the river's high or class 5 or whatever, brings up those fears. And a river guide who understands AFG knows, oh, you don't actually have to say, oh, I see you're afraid on many levels. You don't need to do that. You simply know that, and you assuage those fears in the way that you conduct the trip. For instance, you assuage the physical fears by, one, really knowing your stuff as a guide, having the skills to run the rivers safely. And you know how to train the people, prepare them for what they need to know to safely run the river. You have good equipment, good boats, good, all the necessary high quality professional gear, the good paddles and life jackets and rescue gear and first aid kits. You have all that. That comes through in the way you give a safety talk, in the way you train your crew. They're reassured, they realize, oh, I'm in good hands. And so that assuages that physical fear. And the very way that you do that, by learning names, by sending the message that you welcome them, that you appreciate them, that whatever they're feeling is okay. You don't make it seem like, oh, they have to be a certain way or not afraid or something. You have this, you just basically, and there's no set formula for doing this. Each guide needs to just enter into this experience, into this way of being with people that's welcoming, that's caring, that's appreciative, that's nurturing, that's warm, supportive, sends the message that they really are okay. In the process of teaching them how to be a part of the trip, sends the message that they're welcome, that they're going to be accepted, that it's going to be an accepting environment, not one of put-downs and machismo and competition, but one of teamwork, of appreciating each other, of working together, of making this a positive experience for everybody present. And along the way, this assuages those deepest fears of, can I do this and am I okay? Because they realize, oh, I'm glad I'm here. I can do this. This is doable. And they'll often move so frequently, it's just almost, be too many times for me to count in my career, people would come up to me after I gave a put-in talk, a safety talk at the beginning of a trip, and they would say, Bill, I don't really think I should be here. I'm just really scared. And I'd say, you know what? That is totally normal. You know, almost everybody here feels that to one degree or another. Some people are more conscious of it or more willing to express it, but you know, the very fact that you're afraid is totally fine. It's your choice, of course, but what I find in what works for me, and I've seen countless times, is give it a try, come down the river, and just see how you feel at lunch. And those same people come up to me at lunch, and they're so joyous. They've moved through their fear. And that's one of the greatest dimensions of rafting. And I call that's one way of explaining AFG, Adventure, Friendship, Growth, is to create that kind of feeling, that kind of camaraderie, that kind of acceptance, that kind of just deep fun. Is just a wonderful aspect of whitewater rafting.